At this point in the NBA offseason, the Golden State Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga have become one of the biggest headlines around the league. Of course, Kuminga is currently a restricted free agent. While the Warriors would like to retain him, Kuminga has been searching for a deal that exceeds what Golden State has wanted to pay him. With that in mind, other teams have shown interest in sign-and-trade options to acquire him. There has not been much movement with the situation. Kuminga is arguably the biggest name left available for teams to pursue in free agency, but he won't be cheap for another team to swoop in and steal. Exactly what the Warriors have been willing to offer Kuminga has not been pinpointed. That can now be updated. According to a report from NBA reporter Grant Afseth of Fast Break Journal, Golden State has floated the framework of a 2-year, $48 million contract that would include a player option to Kuminga. The Golden State Warriors have yet to reach an agreement with the 22-year-old forward, but league sources tell Fast Break Journal.com that one framework that has been floated is a 2-year, $48 million deal that includes a player option, Afseth wrote. It has been reported that Kuminga would like a deal in the $30 million range. With the Warriors coming in at around $24 million per year, the two sides are not terribly far apart. Also, a 2-year deal could be of interest to Kuminga. He is just 22 years old and would be able to test the market again very soon. Having a player option would give him more control over his future as well. During the 2024-25 NBA season with Golden State, Kuminga only played in 47 games and made 10 starts. He averaged 15.3 points, 4.6 rebounds, 2.2 assists, and 0.8 steals per game, while shooting 45.4% from the floor and knocking down 30.5% from the three-point line. Kuminga is going to be a very intriguing storyline to watch in the coming days and weeks. With the offer that the Warriors have on the table, they are close to reaching what he's looking to get in a new deal. A sign-and-trade could still be very possible, but Golden State should not be counted out. Jonathan Kuminga is facing an uncertain future with the Golden State Warriors. A restricted free agent, it's been reported that the Warriors and Kuminga remain far apart in contract talks, which could potentially open up the door for other teams to make a run at him. Kuminga is coming off his 4th NBA season, but has expressed frustration with his role in Golden State. Reports suggest that the 22-year-old feels the team stalled his development by not giving him more opportunity on the court. Kuminga said in his recent Instagram story that he wants to bet on myself, suggesting he feels he's worth more than the offer currently on the table. One reported offer from the Warriors, per NBA insider Shams Charania, was a 2-year, $45 million deal which Kuminga rejected. If no deal is reached, Kuminga would be in line to remain with Golden State and make just $7.9 million via the qualifying offer before hitting unrestricted free agency in 2026. With no end to their negotiations in sight, it's possible Kuminga moves on from the Warriors this offseason, whether it be via a sign-and-trade or a team meeting his demands in restricted free agency. Not yet 23 and having averaged 15.8 points across 25.6 minutes per game over the last 2 years, Kuminga could be a valuable addition for a team looking for an influx of young talent, and there should certainly be some suitors for him as the offseason drags on. Here are some possible landing spots for Kuminga if he doesn't re-up with Golden State. Phoenix Suns. The Suns have been one of the teams most frequently linked to Kuminga this offseason, with recent reports indicating the team is mulling, making a qualifying offer in the range of 4 years and $90 million. It's twice the term at the same value as the Warriors' reported offer, but includes $70 million more in guaranteed money than Golden State put forth, per Shams Charania and Anthony Slater of ESPN. After parting ways with Kevin Durant this offseason, the Suns are going to look completely different in 2025 as they retool around Devin Booker. Having brought in the likes of Jalen Green and Mark Williams already, another established young player such as Kuminga could present a strong fit along the wing. Sacramento Kings. Another team that's been reported to be considering making an offer to Kuminga as a restricted free agent is the Kings, who, according to Charania and Slater, are also lining up a deal in the range of 4 years and $90 million. It's believed that Kuminga would prefer to sign a long-term deal, and Sacramento appears willing to put forth such an offer. With the current makeup of the Kings roster, The team is likely looking to compete in a crowded Western Conference in 2025, and the addition of Kuminga could help them fight for a playoff spot after they bowed out in the play-in tournament after finishing as the number 9 seed in the West in 2024-25. Miami Heat. The Heat made a decent splash in the trade market when they brought Norman Powell to town as part of a multi-team trade with the Clippers, but considering some of the top names they were linked to during the offseason, most notably Kevin Durant, they may want to continue to fortify the roster still. Miami was linked to Kuminga earlier in the offseason and could still be interested in him now as his situation with the Warriors remains unresolved. A sign-and trade seems about the only way this deal could come to fruition, likely requiring some facilitation from a third or fourth team, but Kuminga would find himself in a decent situation with the Heat if he is able to work out a long-term deal. The Sacramento Kings have been the team most strongly linked to Jonathan Kuminga since free agency opened, but the Pacific rival have so far been unwilling to meet the trade demands set by the Golden State Warriors. Most notably, the Kings previously offered a package of Dario Saric, Devin Carter, and draft capital, only for the Warriors to promptly turn that down. They may have also rejected another proposed deal as well, with Golden State reportedly showing little interest in 6x All-Star Demar DeRozan. A Jonathan Kuminga-Demar DeRozan sign-and trade can't happen. While the likes of Saric, Carter, and Malik Monk have all come up in relation to a Kuminga sign-and trade, Sam Amick of The Athletic also added DeRozan to the conversation during the latest episode of the Warriors Plus Minus podcast. And my understanding is I don't think that the Warriors were really interested in Carter. Same goes for DeMar DeRozan. So it's like, those types of things are issues, Amick said. DeRozan has been one of the most consistent scorers in the entire league across the course of his 16-year career, with the mid-range maestro still posting healthy averages of 22.2 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 4.4 assists last season on 47.7% shooting from the floor. For a team in need of another ball handler and playmaker beyond Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler, DeRozan would make some sense for the Warriors as a pure bucket getter. Perhaps they would look past the flaws in his three-point shooting and the defensive side of the ball just to get this Kuminga situation over and done with. Unfortunately, they can't. Base year compensation rules have put a dent in Golden State's hopes of finding real value in a Kuminga sign-and trade and ruin any chance of them landing DeRozan right now. DeRozan is set to make $24.8 million and $25.7 million the final 2 years of his contract. Perhaps in a usual scenario that's fine for the Warriors given it aligns perfectly with their plan for flexibility in the 2027 offseason, but for now the math simply doesn't work. The only way Golden State could really acquire DeRozan is by sending out Moses Moody or Buddy Hield along with Kuminga, with one of those two players likely needing to head to a third team, given the Kings themselves are hard-capped at the first apron. Giving up Kuminga for DeRozan may be one thing, but adding another rotation point piece would likely prove too much for the Warriors to stomach, unless they were also getting significant draft capital in the process. It's not impossible to see DeRozan landing with the Warriors or heading to a third team in some form of a Kuminga trade, but it's not as simple as swapping those two players as the complicated nature of this process continues to play out.